achieve success with global.media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne.
Yes, hello, everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome again to another edition of our Positivity live stream. It's where we are very intentional about positivity, a place where we are building a community of positive people who don't just talk positivity, but live positivity as a lifestyle. So I want to welcome you wherever you are joining us from all over the world. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on your time zone. And if you are with us, kindly drop a comment so that we can know that you are here because we want to shout you out. We want the world to know that you are here in this place. And today we are talking about a very important topic: master the art of human connection. It's very important that we get to know this because we live in a world that is all about people. It's about you, it's about me, it's about each and every one of us. And the ability for us to master how to connect with one another, that's the game changer. That's the difference maker. That's where the miracles happen. And as we may have it, from my personal experience, we live in a world where people want to feel seen, people want to feel heard, people want to feel understood, people want to feel valued by the other person. And the ability for us to make people feel like this really help us to connect with one another. So it's going to be an interesting conversation today, and I believe there's so much to be shared. Yes, we already have amazing people joining us on stage from the comment section. Um, Leanna, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Said happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to you too. Welcome. You're joining us from the US. Amazing. Linda is in the building. Happy Friday, everyone. Joining in from Ontario, Canada. Thank you so much, Linda. We appreciate you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, my brother Chinjebere Stanley, a DK. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to you too. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Yes, if you know of somebody that needs to hear this, that has to be here, kindly help us go to the LinkedIn event page, repost it, share, invite somebody, tag somebody in the comment section, let them know that we are live already. And today's conversation, it's one that each and every one of us can actually resonate with, mastering the act of human connection. Everything we do at the end of the day revolves around people. Yes, revolves around you, revolves around me. It's about everyone. Doesn't matter where you find yourself in business, in relationship, people are always there. And if you can master what it means to connect with other people, it's a real big game changer. All right, we have Isabella with us today. Isabel, happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, for those who don't know me, we're going to introduce ourselves. So, one thing I love is this. Aside coming to talk about a topic and share about positivity, we believe in shining the light on one another. We believe in uplifting one another. We believe in supporting one another. And you have something you're doing, you have a services you are offering, you have an impact you're making. Feel free, join us on stage, be part of the conversation. Let the world know you, let the world see you. And if there's anyone in the comment section that you're not connected with, feel free to connect with them. Let the connection begin. Because I tell you, there's so much possibilities in connecting with one another and just having that place where people can feel they can trust you, they can like you, and just be with you. So you want to join us on stage and be part of the conversation? Feel free. The link is already in the comment section. You can go on the event page on LinkedIn. The link is there. Click on it. Join us on stage. We'll really be glad to have you here. And for those who don't know me, probably are joining us for the very first time. And you're like, who is this person? What are they doing here? Okay. My name is Zion Inogiru. As you can see on my screen, the Mr. Positive Energy, a man on a mission to spread positivity to every corner of the earth, 1% at a time. For me, I believe so much in the power of positivity, the transformation it can bring, the impact it can make, and everyone has the power to embrace it. But with that being said, not everybody knows this. But that's where I come in. I coach people, I mentor people on how to embrace positivity intentionally every day of their life. And also, I hear people host event, just event like this. You want to host event, you want to make your voice known, you want to share your value to the world, and you don't know how to do it. Yeah, feel free to reach out to me. We can help you put that together so you can be able to reach out to more people and make much more impact. So that's what I do. I'm going to pass it back to my co-hosts who are already with me on stage today to share with us what they do, even as we dive in proper into the conversation. King Jimmy is here already. King Jimmy, I'll pass it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zion. I appreciate it. Yes, what a great conversation that you're talking about human connection and, just a lot about what relationships mean when you're building those relationships with people, whether it's business or personal, how that connection matters. So before I introduce myself, just want to say hi to the people that have joined us so far, leaving comments. Isabel Dragon says, happy Friday, sending blessings to you. Good to see you, Isabel. We got Chim Debere, Stanley Adike is here. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday to you all. Linda is in the house as always from Ontario, Canada. Good to see you, Linda. As always, thanks for joining us. And we got Leanna Stock Luoma here. Happy Friday, everyone. Leoma, RD, LD, CD, CDCES, US. Look at all those, wow, all those certifications and all. And I love that. I love seeing that all. And then it shows how hard you work to get all those. So good to see you too. So yes, let me introduce myself. For those who don't know me, I'm Jamie Edwards. And I'm coming to you from the United States of America, right outside of Chicago, Illinois, right in the Midwest. I say that because, when you look at our hosts, we're all around different countries and different parts of the earth, right? So it's so cool that we get to do this together. We just all come from different places. Everybody that's even in the comments. I mean, everyone coming from Canada, United States, other countries, right? It's a worldwide experience that we do. So, and what I do is I have my own career coaching company called Jam Sessions with Jamie. And what I do is I help job seekers every day with different aspects of their job search. Maybe you need your resume rewritten and you're looking for a new job and your resume is not standing out. That's what I do. I write resumes for people from scratch. Maybe you're getting interviews, but your interview skills are, lacking something. Maybe you're not getting that over that hump to get to a final interview or obviously get that opportunity. I do interview practice with everybody. So I do one-on-one coaching sessions through Zoom calls where we practice different how to answer certain types of questions during the interview process, how to prepare for interviews better, how to negotiate salary, right? I do all that. We'll talk about it in a second. Wow, Isabel's in Naperville. You are not too far from me at all. I say Chicago, but yeah, I'm actually, okay, I'll tell you where I'm actually at. I'm actually in the Yorkville, Oswego area. So I'm closer than Chicago actually. So that's a small world right there. So that's funny. So, but yes, I do career coaching. I do resume writing. I do interview practice. I do LinkedIn optimization. I help people rewrite their LinkedIn profiles, everything from their headline to their banner, to their about me section, to a content creation strategy. So I really help people from start to finish when it comes to their job search, because the way that I look at things is that your resume and your LinkedIn profile is what gets you the interview. And then when you have the interview skills, that's what gets you the opportunity, right? So it's all called the triangle of job searching. And that's what I do with people through my company. I've been doing this now for a little bit over 3 years. I've worked with almost 850 different job seekers now. I'm staying busy every single day helping people, because the most important thing that people are trying to do is obviously get back to work so they can start to, afford the things that they need to pay for, like their bills, their mortgages, right? Putting food on the table. It's very tough when you're in the job market. It's very tough to get visible and be seen, because there's so many people looking for jobs, and my role is to make that easier and to get people hired faster. So that's a little bit about what I do. Tell you a little bit more about today's topic when we start jumping into things. But I want to make sure I give enough time to my other co-hosts here to introduce themselves. So I'm going to pass it over to Annie. Annie, you're very looking so like you're close to the camera this time. This session. I don't know if it's just a different position or what, but tell us.
I'm in different position, different location, different everything. So
Nice.
I'm here. So I'm away from home for a few weeks. Still, I have my baby, my computer days. Well, I haven't got my desk, which is normally gives me distance. What I have here is a fireplace, gaming. So I'm very close to the screen. I'll try my best, right? Now, great to be here. How are you doing, Lillian? Great to see you. I see my beloved Lisa is here as well. So Wisdom, we see you as well. Isabel, Wisdom. Welcome, all of you. Glad you're here. Well, if you're here, my friends, do say hi. Say where you joined us from. Share your thoughts on our topic. How's your day been? So you say something. We can't welcome you properly unless you say something. So I know you are here, but I won't know who is here. So for those who know me, those who don't, I'm Any Osung. My company is Global.media, and what we do is make people famous. So if you're ambitious, if you are creating a solution that people need, then let's talk. I want the world to know who you are. Mr. Z will help you do events like this, but we'll have many other ways to make you build a legacy and serve more people. So, helping people to write the books, to put your knowledge into a book, to publish a book that you've written is part of what I do for my days, most days. If you've written a book that's not selling, let's have a conversation and help you sell your books. So one of the ways that we help you build that legacy and that fame is by making you a bestseller on Amazon. Guaranteed. Not many can say they can give you that sort of service. But we have 100% success rate in making all our authors bestsellers. 100%. And so then, of course, being a bestseller is a badge you're going to have for life. It means every other book you write from there on in, people will care about because you are clearly able to write a good book. So I'm doing a couple of workshops in January, Jamie. That's where I'm going next. I guess I'm on a mission to turn some of these people that we work with into true stars. So many people here have great ideas, big dreams, but not many actually implement those dreams. Imagine if you did. Imagine if you did actually implement a big idea. Your life would change. You serve more people. Who knows? Your worth and your income might change too. So I'm on a mission in 2026 to support people to get in the journey of really implementing the big ideas and transform their lives. So we have a workshop, some profits from chaos to profits on the 12th of January. We have an author speakers event where we get authors actually speak on stage on the 4th of February. There's many more things we're doing in between all of that, right? We could talk all day, but today, let me welcome Michael, Mr. Calm. Glad you're here. And let me pass the mic to Mr. Z, or maybe let me pass the mic to Lillian. Can you tell us who you are, where you are, and all that?
Hi, it's Lillian here in the UK, Essex, Braintree. Why am I here? I'm here because that's where I find my growth. That's where I felt empowered, hearing some people who have done it. And as a public servant, I always want to make a difference. By making a difference, it's all to do with the human connection. I'm a nurse by background, currently serving as a patient safety specialist. I do anything as long as I get paid. And I'm not hesitant to go back into frontline again. I'm privileged and I'm blessed to be where I am right now in the big organization called National Health Services. I'm in the corporate side of things. And What I can say about the art of human connection is my journey started when I said, I don't know everything. And I managed to put my name into an acronym. So within that acronym, I identified that I'm a long life learner. That's why you see LIL, long life learner. So with that in mind as well, I knew that there's something about me I needed to discover, or I'm still developing an immense self-awareness, so that my presence, when I'm talking to other people, I'm not using the theoretical side of things. I'm using what touched me about the art of connection. And it's easier said than done. Some people, we don't know how to create meaningful connections or purposeful or intentional connections. It's not because you are a failure. I pinch Mr. Zion's words, you are more than enough. So with that in mind, I always knew that throughout my development or learning from other people, it could be any talking about marketing, working to write books. I identified that I'm not a writer, I'm a talker. And whilst we were listening to other people's, I would say, testimonies, as I put them, I've also learned that, human connection is not just by hearing what they say. You could see how they put themselves across, which I could copy and paste. Oh, when Zion is talking, when Anne is talking, when Jamie is talking, or other people who normally host in this group, there's a certain way they speak and articulate themselves. So that connection I have with the people, the few people I've nominated or I've named, is that I made an intentional decision that I would create a meaningful connection with any of you here, where I'm not doing it because I want to be, someone to clap hands for me, or I'm not doing it because I want people to think I'm nice. No, there are certain things we can do in life where you can remain to be yourself, but still curious to develop yourself. Self-awareness to me is very important. You can only connect with other people when you are true to yourself. Authentic self would not have the pressure of like, oh, I want to be in that group, or I'll need to be getting on with Zion, or I will need to get on with Annie, or I will need to get on with Jamie. These things needs to happen naturally as long you are true to yourself. And human connection don't come with the anticipation to benefit from somebody before you can invest. You got to invest something, and then when somebody is connecting back with you, they know that there's a good seed of investment. You are somebody who is focusing on reciprocal development, and your human connection. Let it leave somebody thinking, oh, what a wonderful thing to be alive. And what type of a legacy do you want to leave? We don't come here to fish compliments, but some interactions, you have got no way you can ignore how grateful you are. I always say I'm grateful to all the people on the platform. Why? Because my interaction with them, the human connection, I've managed to reach out. I didn't wait for them to reach out to me because I saw something in them. Then I initiate that first move to say, actually, I can talk to Annie. I can ask Jamie any question. But one thing I would not do, I will not take that human connection for granted. It needs investment. It needs to do something. It could be reposting their advertisements or their platform, or like right now, it's more of me liking it. My broad network would see that I'm in here and they'll come and join. So sometimes we overthink how am I going to do human connection? Human connection, it could be physical, it could be spiritual, it could be emotional, it could be psychological. So which ones of those things I've named do you think, oh, I'm really connected to that person. And I think 2 weeks ago, I came here to give a testimony to say, as if Zion knew what I was going through. And then you come and write on LinkedIn, oh, one of the leaders you can want to talk to, Leland Morris. And the amount of people who contacted me. And when I think I would never take that for granted, the people who have contacted me, I said to them, how did you manage to identify me from LinkedIn? Because I'm not on any other social media except LinkedIn and WhatsApp. And it's a choice I've made. And I will never say people who are on social media, they're not doing well. They might be doing so well than me. I don't have the time to manage them, these platforms. And I know my weakness. I can be addictive. I can be so fixated, making sure that I'm following all the pages. I'm not being left behind and all those. So managing my own behavior, I decided not to join in my life. I'm almost 60, but I've never, because I can't do it. I just don't want to do it. But I always say to people who can use their influence, their social interaction, intentionally to empower other people, it's a blessing. And thank you, Annie. Thank you, Zion. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Lydia, wherever you are. There are lots of people I could name, but I wanted just to emphasize on that. The art of human connection. It's you as an individual aiming and thrive to be good to other people every day. You never know who opens your door. You never know who would even sponsor you in your own development. You never know where your business is going to go because you've just said to somebody, hi, I'm here if you need anything. So human connection, it's something you got to take the responsibility and accountability. If I'm expecting Zion to send me £1,000, if I ever initiated in Zion's projects, if I'm thinking Annie's going to offer me his services for free, what is it exactly makes me think he would invest his services for me to free? So the human connection is not about utilizing other people for your own benefit. It's a reciprocal. You invest, vice versa. You give something, you take back something. Or it could be you're meant to go and bless that person. And that's it. That's the human connection you needed, to go and bless that person. And God said, go and bless that person. And you'll be thinking, how can I do it? You can do it. Reach out to that person. So I thought I've shared enough, and God bless you. Thank you so much, Zion. And I do appreciate the platform.
Wow. Thank you so much, Lillian. That was so amazing. Yeah, it's always a privilege to have you join us and to share. You always speak from your heart, and that's so profound. Thank you so much for blessing us again with that great share. Indeed, you kick us off on a high note. You set the tone of the conversation already on the need for us to, be more intentional about our human connection. So thank you so much. We appreciate you for gracing us on stage today and just sharing with us from your heart. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. And I believe that a lot of people out there in the conversation are truly blessed by this. Yes, King Jamie, I know you might be jumping up soon. I don't know. So I'll just pass the mic to you so you can just go ahead and share, even as we continue the conversation.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Zion. Can you guys hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Yes.
Awesome. So, talking about human connection, right? And kind of what that means to me. And I, human connection is so big for me, right? Because it's everything I do in my business, right? And I think it's what everything that people do a lot in their businesses, right? And it's something so simple, but it gets kind of overlooked every single day, right? And I think what it comes down to is people just want to be understood, right? They want to be understood. They want you to know that you care about them, and it's not about what you can get from them, right? Many of you on this call have probably dealt with a business or dealt with maybe somebody who, was trying to sell you something at one point in your life, right? It could be a car salesman. It could be whatever, right? No matter where we go, we're getting sold on things, right? But there's a difference, because sometimes you got people who are just trying to sell you on things and they treat you as a number, and there's people who actually care about you and want to have a relationship with you, right? And that's how I feel like I show up in my conversations when I work with, job seekers with my career coaching stuff, right? I feel like I want to understand what's important to them and how I can really help them, not just trying to sell them my gamut of services that I offer, right? And all the different career coaching services I offer, but I think what it comes down to is really giving people attention, right? Giving people attention and really spending time with them and understanding what is important to them, knowing their energy, right? So, I think it's a big thing too. Everyone's going to be different in terms of how they feel. So like I might work with one job seeker who is very energetic and they're ready, they want to hit the ground running and they know what they want. And I might talk to somebody whose energy is down because they've been doing this for so long and they feel like there's no way out and they don't know if they're ever going to get a job, right? You got to match their energy, right? You got to know who you're talking to. You got to know the person you're dealing with, and you got to be able to get on their level to really understand what they're going through, right? It's not about rushing through things and trying to just let them know everything that I can do for them, but it's slowing down and getting to know them better and really hearing those people, right? Some of the best salespeople are the ones that really hear what their client wants, and then they react based on that and they offer them something, right? That's what helps you get a bigger funnel too, and build relationships with people, because people want to work with you and they want to spend time with you, right? But when you're doing this stuff, so like when I'm working with people, there might be people who really can empathize, and they might act like they really care for you, but are you doing it from the best heart, and are you doing it with intention, right? And talking about doing things with intention, you have to really get to learn about the person, learn about what their goals are, what are their experiences. You got to gather all that information, and then you respond that way, right? For me, it's all about asking questions to my clients, right? Asking them, hey, what do you feel like you're mostly struggling in your job search? Okay, it's your interview questions. What about the interview process is making you struggle, right? Where do you feel like you might have the most needs, right? You're asking those questions, you're developing that relationship, and you're taking notes and understanding. It's not just simple. You're not just checking off boxes and just talking to people about different things. You are building that relationship, and everybody is different. Right? And when we talk about check boxes, if you think about just asking questions every single time that you would ask anybody, whether it's not related to them at all, you're just treating them like a checkbox because you feel like you got to go through those types of questions. That's not how you build a relationship. That's not how you have a good human connection. You got to understand that everybody's different and be able to get on their level with that. I was talking about empathizing earlier, right? That's such a big part of human connection too, and really, having a business relationship with somebody. You got to understand that not everyone is going to be the same, and there's going to be people who have been struggling, and you got to really be able to empathize with them and just say, look, I understand what you're going through. I'm sorry to hear that you're having this trouble. I want to help you out here. Tell me more about this. And you want to get people to open up, right? If you stay, if you don't empathize with them and you don't really listen to what's bothering them, or you don't really see that tone of voice and you just keep talking about salesy stuff, once again, that connection is not going to be there. You're tuning out what's really important to that person, and you're just focusing on the things that you do without really understanding that person and who they are and what they need, right? So I think that's without going into even like being deeper with this, it really comes down to just valuing people, right? Not just doing things transactional based, but valuing people, making sure you're respecting people's time, making sure you're supporting people. That's what I do in my work every single day when I work with people, is really just having that personal connection. And a lot of the people that I've worked with, believe it or not, even when we're done with our coaching sessions, I still have a relationship with them, and they know that I have an open door policy where they can call me if they need anything, and they can always contact me, and I'm never going to turn them away or say, oh, sorry, our coaching sessions are done. We're never going to talk again because until you pay me more money, we're going to have another conversation. No, that's not the way I do business. When I work with people, they're getting me in their life, basically. Even when we're done with our coaching sessions, they become a friend to me. They become somebody who they know that they can reach out to if they ever have a question about something, and I'm just going to be able to help them out. So that's really what human connection means to me. It means building real relationships, listening to people, and really understanding what's most important to them, and then working off of those things. So that's what this topic means to me. And back over to you, Zion.
Well, thank you so much, King Jimmy. That was very, very profound. There's so much great share, so much nugget you share with us today. And a lot of from the beginning, you spoke about intentionality, which is very, very important, because when it comes to connecting with people, it's about being intentional, about connecting with people, and to genuinely connect with people. So it's not just transactional based on what you can get. It's how intentional and how truly interested you are about people. So thank you so much for sharing with us. That was powerful. Before we move ahead, and I'm just going to make a shout out to some persons already. Yes, Isabel says people want to be seen, heard, and understood. All humans are searching for the same thing. Very, very profound. Thank you so much, Isa, for that great share. Yes, it said human connect the power within itself, knowing yourself. Amazing. We have Mr. Mike in the building. Mr. Mike, thank you so much. Happy Friday. There is no time other than presence in the present. Thank you so much for that and great addition. The comment section is buzzing, and it's really making the conversation more interactive. We have Laven in the building. Yes, Laven said good afternoon, family. Yes, good afternoon to you too, Laven. Happy Friday. Yeah, Mr. Mike said be present for yourself first. Very, very profound. Yes, attention with intention is authentic listening. Amazing. So much comment in the building. We have Leslie in the building. Leslie, happy Friday. Say greetings, Zion and guests. Happy Friday to you, my friends. Happy Friday to you too. We appreciate you so much. Yes, keep the conversation coming. Keep the comment buzzing so that we can be able to shout you out and know that you are here with us. It's a powerful conversation. Master the heart of human connection. And a lot has been shared already. From my experience about connection, if there's something I've learned again and again, it's before you can connect with people genuinely, there is need for you to connect with yourself. There is need for you to connect with yourself. Because I learned, in my journey, that the ability for me to trust people is for me to trust myself first. The ability for me to love people is for me to love myself first. The ability for me to appreciate people is for me to appreciate myself first. Most of the time people miss it. Without connecting with themselves, they want to connect with people. For there to be sustainability, for there to be longevity in embracing the power of connecting with people, there is need for you to first connect with yourself. Connect with yourself. And connection is very powerful in business, in relationship, whatever it is that you want to do. Because in connection, you will find meaning. In connection, connection help you to construct your identity. That's the reason why I had to start from the point of connecting with yourself. When you connect with yourself, it helps you to construct your identity. And connection, one thing that connection will also do for you, it helps us to foster the sense of community. The whole reason why we are all here today, having this conversation, people in the comment section, people on the stage, is why? Because we are able to connect at certain levels of our life. And that connection has brought us all to one place. Imagine on stage today, I'm from Nigeria, Kenny from the UK, Jimmy from the US, and Lillian from the UK. But here we are because of connection. We are here just to be able to share at this very moment, at this present moment, to experience this, to talk about this conversation. That's what connection can do for you. Connection helps us to build a sense of community. And it is always very, very important. I love the fact that, Jimmy mentioned about to be genuinely interested. If there's one thing I've learned about connection is be genuinely interested. It's not about being interesting. It's about being interested. A lot of people come to you interesting. They are interested in their conversation. They are interested in their world. But at the end of the day, they are not truly interested. So if there's one big lesson I've learned about connecting with people, It's not just about being interesting, or you are so eloquent in words, you know what to say and when to say it. No, it's not about those things. It's about the genuineness from your heart, the ability for us to be genuinely interested in people. And to be honest with you, when you are genuinely interested in people, people can tell. People will know because you cannot fake it. It's not something you can fake. That's the reason why I spoke about sustainability and longevity earlier. It's not something you can fake. So connection for me in this time and in this season, and the reason why we are bringing this awareness is for people to know. Everything revolves around people. I don't care what you want to do, no matter what it is. You will need people. You want to sell, you will sell to people. You want to buy, you are buying from people. So everything we do in this life revolves around people. And the ability for us to master that act to be able to connect with people, it's key. It's very, very important. This brings me to the point of awareness. Now, I spoke about connection with self earlier. Self-awareness is key. Self-awareness is key. The ability for us to connect with people is for us to be aware about ourselves. Be aware about your strength, about your weakness, about your triggers. Awareness is key. When you are aware about yourself, it allows you to be aware about people too. To be aware about people's triggers, to be aware about what people like and what they don't like. Because awareness is key. When we are not aware, we are not conscious. When we are not aware, we are not intentional. So self-awareness is very important when it comes to connecting with people. And another point when it comes to connecting with people is the ability for us to embrace the power of vulnerability. Remember, I mentioned earlier that people want to be in a place where they feel loved, where they feel seen, where they feel heard, and where they feel valued. And one way for us to do that is the ability for us to be vulnerable. Be yourself, be open, because openness is key. Be vulnerable is key, to connect with people. Let people know you for who you are. A lot of people talk about their wins, their milestone, but not about their challenges. One way to be vulnerable is as much as you're talking about the wins, talking about the milestone, talking about the achievement, you can also talk about the challenges. Talk about the obstacles along the way. Talk about the times you didn't feel like it. Talk about the times you didn't do what you're supposed to do. It really allows people, to connect with us. When we are vulnerable, it gives people that privilege. It gives people that opportunity for them to really, really connect with us. Because people want to connect with people who are real. People want to connect with people who are truly themselves. I don't want to connect with fake. I don't want to connect with something that is not real. And that is why it's very, very important. The ability for us to be vulnerable, to be yourself, to be authentic in connecting with people. Because authenticity speaks for itself. I spoke about longevity and posterity earlier. You have to be authentic to connect with people. I remember a time I was trying to connect with somebody online, a lady to be precise. After months of conversation online, I was finally met physically. When we met physically, it was more like what I ordered versus what I got. Trying to use that example because the person I saw or that I met physically was quite different from the person who was portrayed online. It was two different people. And that alone, didn't really allow us to connect the way we wanted to connect. Why? Because there was a fake in the process. There was not genuineness in the process. So one way for us to truly, truly connect with people is the ability for us to be true with ourselves. That's why I will always say this. It does not matter who you are. It does not matter where you're from. It does not matter what you have been through. You are unique and you are special. You are enough. The ability for us to know this will help us to embrace ourselves. Embrace your uniqueness. There is nobody like you. In the billions of people on planet Earth, there is nobody like you. So most people judge themselves because of their experience. People judge themselves because of what they are going through at the very moment. And because of that, it's shaping how they connect with others. Why? Because they feel people are going to judge them based on who they are currently or what they are going through. No. So embracing your uniqueness, embracing your how special you are at this very moment, it's key for you to be able to connect with people. Like I said earlier, it's not about being interesting, it's about being interested. It's not about to impress people. A lot of people want to impress. You want to connect, you want to impress. You are telling people who you are not. You are trying to act what you are not. It is not necessary when it comes to connection. If you truly want to connect with people on a deeper level, there is need for you to be yourself. It's not about pretending, it's not about pretense, it's not about acting up, it's not about trying to be XYZ that you are not. It's about being your true self. And I tell you, if you can be your true self, people begin to love you for who you are. People accept you for who you are, and people want to be with you for who you are. And as a business person, you said you can do XYZ, and people trust you to do it. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do what you said you would do, because connection is built on trust. It's built on trust. How much can people trust you? And people can truly trust you when you are your authentic self. When you're authentic self. And lastly, I will end with this. If there's one way to build connection, I think Mr. Mark mentioned this earlier, is the ability for us to actively listen to people. A lot of people want to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk all the time, but they never happen to listen. If there's one way I've learned to build connection with people, is the ability for us to listen. We live in a world where people want to say things, but there's nobody to listen to them. People want to share, people want to talk, people want to open up, but there's nobody to listen. Why? Because everybody wants to be the spokesman. Everybody wants to be the one who is sharing their ideas. Everybody wants to be the one who is knowledgeable. But then being that person who can actively listen to people, pay key attention, listen genuinely, be truly interested, it's one way for you to be connected with people. Because when you listen, you understand. When you listen, you get to know people. When you listen, you become more aware about people, about their needs, about where they are coming from. So active listening is very, very important when it comes to connecting with people. So I will end with that. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Like I said, if you want to join us on stage, feel free. The link, I will drop the link again so you can see it. Right now, I'll just pass the mic to Mr. Ennis so he can share with us his thoughts on this topic today.
That's all right, my friend. Amazing share, you, Lillian, and Jamie. So, we're learning a lot from your amazing insights on our topic. Let me want to say welcome Laverne, welcome you, Zan, welcome you, Alia, Mike. How you doing? Be present for yourself first. I agree with you, Mike. Dr. Leslie Flowers is here as well. She's got a goal setting workshop coming on sometime in December, I think, early part of December. So do connect with her. Achieving your goals is one of your things. 2025 is nearly done, right? What's the year been like for you? Have you achieved the goals you wanted to achieve? If you haven't, talk to Dr. Leslie. See how she can help you on that journey. Who else do I see? Marvelous, Miss Marvelous, I see you too. Absolutely. The core values of human connection is grounded in empathy, understanding, effective communication, respect for human dignity and worth, and authenticity. All these things are going to be building that connection with people, right? Linda, I see you as well. How you doing? Glad you're here. Michael, thank you for joining us. I haven't seen you for a while. Glad you're back. Who else do I see? There's many more people here, but you're not commenting. Those who commented, thank you so much. Hopefully we've welcomed you with all the aplomb that you deserve, right? Thank you so much, my friends. Right. As Mr. Z just shared the link to join the studio. If you want to join the studio, come and share with us, and you obviously can. You'll have to copy and paste it from here into your browser. The link is on the event page, so you can just click on that directly when you're in the studio. You haven't got to have your camera on. You need to have your sound on, your microphone, so we can hear you. You can join the studio with camera and sound, and we can turn off your camera and you come on stage. Now, look, this is a big topic for all of us. Now, the art of human connection. And I think connecting with people is the essence of everything we do. So when I saw the topic last week, I think it says something about forget the funnels, forget the sales funnels. It's about relationships and connecting with people. I think, and that is a fact, my friends. Now the world has changed. You see, I still live in a world where
Oh, I think Mr. N is frozen. Hopefully, he'll be back soon to join us and share with us. It happened. It's part of the technical glitch.
Yeah, so they might make an inquiry, and then from there, now you serve them, the buyer, right? And then suddenly, does that mean that you've done your job as a business? Does that relationship end there? Is that customer to be ignored from there on? Of course not. See, in this day and age, we can't do what we used to do. So, what we can't do is send people to a website. Oh, hi Zion, can you help me? Zion says, maybe I can. Go to my website, read all the information, watch the videos, and then you contact me if you want my help. See, that is not how the world works. Ms. Laverne, I'm not frozen, I'm moving on my screen, so maybe your internet has gone a bit funny. No, I'm moving, so Mr. Z is moving in this one. I can't see him right now because his screen is a bit different. Laverne,
Yeah, Mr. N, we can hear you now. We can hear you.
Okay. You see, but I'm moving on my screen, and normally when I freeze, my screen freezes, so it's not like. Okay, I'm confused. It's not my internet that's gone funny at this time, right? Look, my friends, sending people to your website to go and click on the link doesn't work anymore. Now, the easiest way to build your business is to show people that you care about them. Now, I know I tell my clients, my friends, this every day. Some think I'm joking. Some think it's too slow a way to build your business because they think they want 25 customers yesterday. They want loads of money in the bank. They want to be serving the world, right? But that's not how business is built. If you had 25 customers tomorrow, could you really cope? No. And would 25 people stumble upon your website and somehow want your help? No. So this means that we have to spend time to get to know people. Mrs. Z said it very well earlier. It talks about how we need to understand people's needs. We need to be able to really to know what they're thinking, to know what their real issues are, and maybe we can offer a solution. Many people offer solutions without knowing the customer's needs. Much less, many people try and sell to people without caring about them. So those two things are a mistake. People only care about you and they want your service when you show you care about them. Your business is not about you, your business is about your customers. Do you really care about them? Do you really want to help them? If so, you must connect with them. You must get to build a relationship with them. There's no easy way of saying it. You see, for a long time when I was growing up, even when I was in education, there was always this mantra: talk to your customers, talk to your clients. And many people will say, I talk to my clients. But but when you look at it really in reality, very few businesses actually talk to their clients. If all you're doing is sending people to your website, click on the link, do you really talk to your clients? No, you don't. Let me tell you, you can build a business, but it's not going to be a solid and stable business if you have no relationships. The people you talk to, I know this from experience. The people I talk to are the ones who built my business, on whom my business is built. Now, the people I spoke to maybe even 5 years ago, and they still remember me today. So when they need my service, they'll come forward. They know who to contact. You don't talk to anyone. You're not going to have that community of people, as Z mentioned earlier. Now, communicating with people means talk to them, become their friend. Now, don't talk to them and try and sell them your service. Now, you get to care about what they care about. Now, what is the issue they're experiencing? How have they tried to solve it? What else matters to them? Now, what is their goal in life? What's their goal in business? Now, be their friend. There's no easy way of saying it, my friend. Now, you have to genuinely be their friend. Now, think of your friends. Look, on the good days, you're there. On the bad days, on the hard days, you're there too. Do you do that for your clients? Do you do that for your prospects who might become your clients? Now, connecting with people is not rocket science. It really isn't. Those who do it see the benefits every day. The problem is that many people don't spend enough time building relationships with their potential customers. Because someone says to you today, no, I'm not interested. What do? Ditch them, beam them, and run the other way? No. All they've said is, I'm not ready to buy right now. And you really have to, if you're smart, you spend your time and find out, what do they really think? What is their barrier? And you might even ask the question: is money the issue? Is it timing? Is it something else? I'm saying that literally, we need to care more about the people we're trying to work with. If you don't know the people you're trying to work with, how can you sell like a doctor? Because doctors that's the best way to sell. You know the person, you know their condition, you've examined them. You spend time with them. You're very clear on their diagnosis. They need your help. Then you can tell them how you can help them. That's the power of human connection. That's what I'll say, my friends. We're all very good at trying to get the numbers, number of sales. How many sales have I made this week? Let me tell you. If you were to focus on building that human connection, you create that magic that all businesses are really built on. It's called loyalty. The people who know you, like you, trust you, and come back to you time and time again. That's what every successful business is built on. Yes, we need some few new customers every so often, but you just keep those who you already serve coming back to you. You'll never go broke. It's how big can you get beyond that? That's the truth. And if you don't build that relationship with your customers, those who paid you already, those who are actually giving you their hard-earned dollar or pound, you're not going to be in business too long. Build those connections, care about your customers, and serve them with everything you've got. But above all, be their friend, a true friend. I'll leave it at that, Mr. Z. I'm glad to have so many of our friends in the studio now. Christina, we do see you. Alavine, welcome. Mike, I see you as well. Miss Yolanda is in the audience. I'm glad you're here. Have I missed anyone? I can only mention those I can see on StreamYard. So if you're on LinkedIn, I don't see you. Do forgive me. Hopefully Mr. Z will see you. Mr. Z, the mic is back to you, my friend.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eni, for so much nugget and wisdom you share with us. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Without wasting much time, we're going to go to our special guests who are already with us on stage today. And I think the first person who came up on stage was Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike, happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. If you can hear me, the floor is yours.
Happy Friday, sir. And everyone else on stage. I just wanted to any touched on something I think is really important. And he kind of skimmed over it a little bit, and I want to dive a little deeper. What is the basis of human connection? And I don't want to dive too deep because I have some really deep thoughts about it, but I think on the surface anyway, it's trust. And he just said that we want to do business or are likely to do business with people we know, like, and trust. I would argue that it's really people that we trust. So how do you engender that? Well, I think you engender that through some of the things you were talking about, Zion. That is, you're authentic, you're truthful, and you actually do what you say, which again engenders trust. So action, we can talk till the cows come home. And we can sound good and sound knowledgeable, and that's important to be able to communicate. But I also think it's important to put feet to our words, and particularly if we're wanting to create a lasting, trusting relationship, we need to show that we can back up what we're saying. So when we're being authentic, let's follow that up with actually doing what we say. That's a short, shallower share that I have for you this Friday.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mike. That was powerful. Thank you for sharing with us. It's always good to hear you, with so much wisdom, and especially from the comment section. And now you were able to come up on stage to just share with us. We appreciate you so much for being here and being part of this amazing positivity community. Thank you so much. Yeah, Christina, I know you were the only person on screen earlier. Sorry about that. I couldn't come on camera today, but I believe that we are able to still hear you share. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Happy Friday. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. All right. You can just share and tell us what you think about today's conversation.
For sure. Yeah, you have to build relationships, whether it's a client or somebody you collaborate with. You definitely have to bring up the social in social media and being able to be the human behind the profile. So, there is no business that happens, like Annie was saying, unless you had, a few conversations, unless you were willing to support even before you actually do business, right? And here on LinkedIn, at least, we can support people that are interested in our work, but they might not be ready in many ways. So if somebody is not ready, it doesn't mean that you cut them off. It just means that perhaps you redirect them towards some of your free resources that you have. They might be able to help them out, although they might not be ready to take a certain, the purchase step, right? And at the same time, they'll get even more familiar with your work. But disconnecting or ignoring just because the transaction is not happening is definitely not a good way to do business. Actually, I was in a conversation just Wednesday about this very thing. Behind these little icons and little photos with the LinkedIn symbols, there is a real human being. And sometimes we forget that. Sometimes, especially for people that do a lot of, promotion and DMs, we just do those massively, if appropriate, without spamming, of course. But there is a real person there. So that might be, an introductory pitch or an introduction to who you are and what you do. But it's only a tiny part of the work. The real work happens if you actually build that relationship and you build that trust that Mike was talking about. I came here a little bit too late to the conversation, so I hope I was on topic, but that's what I thought we were discussing.
Yes, thank you so much, Christina, for that powerful share. I love it when you said, let's bring out the social and social media. No, that's very, very profound. I think a lot of people need to hear that tonight because it's all about socializing. It's all about associating with people and truly connecting with people. And you mentioned another point that, in connecting with people for the first time, yet it's not about the benefit you are seeing at the moment. It's not about the collaboration at the moment because sometimes connecting with people doesn't mean that you're going to collaborate instantly. It doesn't mean you're going to work together instantly. It takes time. It takes time for people to trust you, to like you, to know you, and to get to be aware about what you do. So if you are in that category, you're waiting to just meet people and boom, things just start rolling at the onset. It does not really work like that. Most of the time it takes time. So we have to build over time. We have to trust people. We have to work. People needs to see you, see the consistency, the commitment in doing what you do. So thank you so much, Christina, for that powerful share. We appreciate you so much, and thank you for being with us today. Yes. So let me pass. Can you give me your back? Let me pass the mic to you so you can help us introduce Alovin, so she can share with us her thought as well.
Yeah, let's do it. We've got a lot of good conversation around this topic. It's been a good one so far, and let's have our Lovine go ahead and add to the topic, and please share what your thoughts are on today's topic. If you want to unmute your mic.
Hello, happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for inviting me here. First of all, I hope all of you are good. And what would I say? I would say that connection needs authenticity, but for having that means we know what are our values, what are our character, because if we are just using paper resumes to say, oh, I am this or I am that, so I went to this university, so I'm my DMA or my degree. That's not true, but a lot of people are confused between the degree we went through and also the character we built over time from the moment we are born to now. We lived a lot of things and we forgot that, and we think, oh, I am I am a financial guy, I am an IT guy, but we are not just someone with a title. We are a person with values, with emotions, with feelings, and if we want to build something very interesting, a real relationship, we really need to go beyond the degree. I deeply think that, because when you bring the just degree, oh, you didn't get this degree, so your words mean nothing. You have just to shut up and to listen to others. Like that, you just, let's say, break um, trust, you break relationships, and therefore people talk to each other and they will say, this person, one day, this person will find a flaw, and will find a flaw, and this person will tell you, no, you're worthless, I don't want to hear from you. So I think we need to change our mindset. I'm talking especially about French mindset, because we are focused on degree more than a character, more than skills, and it is very difficult for us to go beyond that. I have a lot of friends. They don't really want to connect with me because for them I don't have a degree in certain domains, so I have to shut up, and I think it's wrong. And that is the first step. We need to be authentic with ourselves first, and with others. We need to be honest, and we also need to be cash. And I also think a third thing is about following our gut. Sometimes we see someone, we know, oh, this person, I will work with this person one day. Maybe not now, but we know one day we will work with this person. We don't know how, on which kind of things, but we know we will work with this person. We just need to build the trust, to build every bridges we have to, in order to be able to do whatever we have to do with this person. That's what I wanted to say about the topic.
Well,
Any? Yes.
well said, Levine. You know what I say. I love everything you said. You know, there's a reality that many people are not. They don't come across as nice people. That's really the best way I can put it, right? And many people, you know, judge others by some weird standards. You know, again, I'm being polite, right? You know, I think, you know, we're not our qualifications, we're not even our job half the time. We're not our business, we're not our the hat we wear. You know, we are people, and like you said, we have to realize that we're interacting with real people. You know, when someone comes in our space, whether it's these events, whether it's in our DMs, like it's a person. And I think that and we do have to learn almost how to take a step back. So, you know, I've done, you know, I've done business for 10 years, right? You know, and the temptation is there to just go for the numbers. You know, connect with loads of people and see if one will stick, if one will buy. Been there, done that. You know, so I remember today, you know, someone messaged me and said, "Let's talk about this, you know, this way you used to, you know, this tool that we used to use." I'm like, I don't really want to talk about it because I stopped using it in 2021. Even though I was burning 99% of my connections. I didn't know any of them. But one person used to buy at least every month, right? And that was good enough for my clients. I'm saying, you know, the world has changed, Alabi. It's not about, it's about who you know more.
Did any freeze?
It's that London interwebs.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, Jamie.
Okay, that's weird. It looks like maybe Annie and Zion, are you there? Can you hear us still?
Yeah.
Yes, I think I fell off as well.
Yeah, something happened there. I don't know. Annie,
I fell off.
You froze up. Oh.
No, sorry. I said I fell off while I was talking. So my internet suddenly started flashing. The joys of being on the road, Jamie. No, just a mobile internet, but it's working better than the last time I was out. Okay. I'll leave the mic to you.
No
Jamie.
worries.
Christina fell off as well, so let me bring
To me?
her back. Yes, she is to you, Jamie.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any. I don't know if we. Oh, there we go. Christina's coming back here. If anybody else wants to join in on the conversation, you know, talking about what human connection means to them, like come on stage. I mean, we've got another 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes to carry on the conversation. I see a lot of good comments still in here. Mike's been commenting, obviously, and he's also up here too as well. And Mike's had a lot of good comments on the call today. So thank you, Mike, for really contributing and obviously speaking earlier too also. But yeah, you know, if we don't have anyone up on stage or anyone else wants to talk, you know, about today's topic, you know, Zion, I don't know if you want to, you know, add anything to your conversation or if you want to wrap it up or, you know, I'll pass it over to you and you can decide how we should proceed. Zion might be frozen too.
Okay. technology. Welcome, Chita. So African Air on to glad you're here. You know, you have a show, you have a workshop soon, right? And I think 2025 seems to be, yeah, I guess the year that we move beyond just talking to actually doing. So that's where we need to be. So I'm glad to be reading your book, and also you're on a mission to empower people practically, as Mike was talking about earlier. And I say the doing is everything, right? Well, I love Mrs. Z's comments. We need to bring out the social and so.
Captain, my captain, come back to us.
Is one of those days, must just be their connection, obviously, or whatnot. And he's got that the frozen face now, like this. Now we got to do comedy here. No, well, you know what? Let me see if they end up coming back here. Once again, we shared. I know obviously technology sometimes doesn't work the way we want it to, but no, we've had a lot of good speakers up on here, and next week I believe, obviously it's Thanksgiving out here in the States, and we'll be doing our gratitude call next week, which is going to be great because we'll be able to share perfect time of the year, right? Talking about not only what we're thankful for, for Thanksgiving out here for those who celebrate, but also what we're grateful for the month of November as we head into the end of the year, because before we know it, it's going to be 2026. We're going to say bye to 2025, and it's a whole nother year ahead. So, I'm excited for next week's call. I love talking about gratitude and what we're grateful for. And Annie, you're back.
Jamie, I just want to.
I come back and I go on, please, Brian, carry on.
I just wanted to draw what I think is a very strong connection between.
30112.
I'm hearing someone in the background. Between gratitude and positivity, because I think, and I've written some songs and articles about
30112. Oh, sorry,
division.
sorry.
No worries, Annie. About division, and I think if we look within and we're solid in knowing ourselves, and maybe even going deeper than that, but I had an epiphany to say, because I used to think I had to shrink in order to be authentic, and to be a servant leader, I had to kind of give in. And I'm not saying we can't negotiate and we can't be agile, but I think we have to be careful that we don't shrink ourselves to the point where we're not offering what we should be in life. Meaning, if I like Annie so much that I don't want him mad at me, well, I might not say something that he needs to hear. So sometimes that conflict and that tension is actually very, very positive for the relationship. So that was one of the things that came out for me this week. But the gratitude is so important too, because I think we get so wrapped up in the speed of life and what we're dealing with, that sometimes we forget what we've been given. And I went to Uganda in 2007, and I will never forget that trip, because I came back with just a complete sense of gratitude for what we have in the States, because they don't have that in Uganda. So, and they were joyful, by the way, which still blows my mind. That's all I got this Friday.
I'm waiting for Jamie to speak.
Oh, I knew you were waiting for me. No, that's a good connection. You're right. And, we've been doing this now. It's crazy to think that we've been doing this for as long as we've been doing it. And, we always have, everything comes back to positivity and how you can embrace it, no matter what we're talking about, whether it's connecting from a human level or how to grow our business, or there's always, some sort of reoccurring theme. Obviously it has to do with positivity. And, that was Mike. I appreciate obviously your comment, and I want to say I thank you for always sharing good comments. Not only in the chat, you're very vocal And I appreciate that. And you're also, really great at obviously sharing thoughts on whatever topic we talk about. So, I definitely appreciate you joining here. I see Christina's back on here. Good to see you there. So yeah, I think, I don't know if anyone else wants to come up on stage. I know Linda just left a comment here saying authenticity requires us to remember our humility. We appreciate other people's opinions while understanding that we all bring value. Yes, I love that. We do. We value everyone's opinions, right? And here, and we do all bring value, and I tell this to my job seeker clients all the time. Like, it's very easy to get down and say, well, how come nobody sees my value anymore? Like, I was able to get jobs in the past so easily, and now I feel like I'm just clawing to get an interview, right? And I tell people, don't forget where you came from, right? And just because one company doesn't see that value in what you're going to bring them, who cares about that company? Like, there's going to be a company that's going to see your value. And don't think, you didn't just get this far just to get this far, right? We all have value. We all have skills, and we all have things that we bring to the table. And it's, it's very easy to get down and think that, why am I not getting hired? And, nobody wants me, but there is a company out there for everybody. Be a single person and trying to find somebody to be related. What just happened? There we go. Like the lights flickered for a second. That was weird. But yeah, you might think that, everyone has a person out there for them. Everybody's got a job out there. Everyone brings value, and we need to always remember that and keep our head high no matter what. So that's all I have to say, kind of wrapping this up here. And Zion, are you there, my friend?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much, King Jimmy. Thank you so much, Annie, Christiana, Alovin, and Mr. Mike. Thank you so much, everyone, and Lillian as well.
I don't know if Christina was going to say something. I tend to know when Christina has something to say, because she we can see her. And
No, I wasn't, but I can. I just want to say, I would just want to reiterate. Thing is, we're all human beings, right? And we're all going through something. So that's what we have to really remember every time we have an interaction. Even the most polished profile is going through something right now. So here's the thing. We look at LinkedIn, we look the person with the perfect banner and the perfect mugshot, right? And everything seems to be so polished, but we're all going through something. And confidence is a big, big issue, it's a big factor. So even people that might want to work with us or might want to seek our help, they might not be reaching out because they don't feel ready, or they might even be tripping on getting on a video call. So as simple as that. So I think our, since we're talking about positivity, our positive presence has to be, we have to assume the role of the encourager. We have to encourage others to, get out of the shell and really bring their gifts to light, because that's what we're here to do. Either to help somebody bring their gifts to light, or to bring our own gifts forward, right? But we need so much positivity, so much support, so much help from one another, not just by our own personal coach, but really by our friends that are here, our community that we build here on LinkedIn.
Wow. Thank you so much, Christina. That was very profound. Thank you. Thank you. I love it when you said even the most polished profile is going through something. And that's true. That's true. So it doesn't matter how attractive people look or how well organized people might appear. We are all going through one thing or the other. And that's why for me, I always say this: whatever it is that you are doing, make sure you are doing it from a place of love, from a place of kindness, from a place of compassion. Because you don't know who might need it. You don't know who needs that love at that point in time. You don't know who needs your kindness. You don't know who needs your kind words, or even a simple smile. It can go a long way to make a huge difference in the world. For us, pushing positivity is a priority. And one of the major pillars is the very essence of humanity, of love, of kindness, and compassion. And we believe that everyone deserves it. Everyone deserves to be loved. Everyone deserves to be supported. Everyone deserves to be shown care and compassion. And if you have an opportunity to do it, don't hold back. go all out, put a smile on somebody's faces, and make sure that you're making a positive difference in the world. So thank you so much, everyone. Like Jamie said earlier, next week is our gratitude experience, where we are coming to share our gratitude for the month of November. You know, it's been a long year, and we are ending the 11th month, and we are coming to share gratitude. And as always, it's always one of the most powerful conversation we usually have at every month, every last Friday of the month. So I'm looking forward to see everyone there. And with that being said, I just want to say a happy Friday once again, and I'm wishing everyone a wonderful weekend filled with so much positivity and love. So thank you so much. Till we meet again next week, Friday. Take care of yourself and have a great weekend.
Every step forward is a new beat to your drama. She's success with global.media.com and celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. She's success with global.media.com.